What's up, guys? Welcome back to my channel. My name is Joannis or Joe Hatagwa. I'm a Sierra Leonean American that lives in Accra, Ghana. I'm in New York right now. We got a special guest today. If you guys want to know how a Chicagoan, is it Chicagoan? Yeah, a Chicagoan moved to Ghana and helped 20 people buy land, then this is the video for you. All right, we're live. We're live on YouTube. We're live on Instagram, and we're live on Facebook. If you are watching this on Instagram, I'm pinning a link so that you can see our guests and you can join us on the YouTube channel. Again, if you're joining on Instagram Live, just click on the link that's pinned there. It's not pinned, sorry. The link that's pinned. And you go to the YouTube channel, you can watch our guests live and see our guests live. And then if you're watching on Instagram or YouTube, let me know if you can hear me. Can you guys give me a thumbs up so I know you can hear me? And I'll give it a second for you guys to let us know. We got a special guest today. I'm excited to talk to her about how she helped 20 African Americans, Diasporans, buy land in Ghana. So we're going to talk to her about that and her other businesses. But first, let me know that you guys can hear me. So can you guys give me a thumbs up on Instagram? Can you guys give me a thumbs up so I know you can hear me? Just wave to a couple of you guys on Instagram. Okay, cool. So Tashana said you can hear me. All right, cool. And by the way, like I said, our guest is going to be on YouTube Live. So if you're watching on Instagram Live, just click on the link that's pinned there so that you can see our guest on YouTube. Otherwise, you're just going to hear her. You're not going to see her if you're joining us from Instagram Live. All right, anybody on YouTube Live, can you guys give me a thumbs up so I know you guys can hear me on YouTube? I had my headphones plugged in earlier. Sometimes that ends up giving me some issues, but let me know if you guys can hear me on YouTube. Give me a thumbs up so I know you guys can hear me there. So again, today we have a special guest. She's going to talk to us about how she helped 20 diasporans buy land in Ghana. You know, we've been doing a lot of lives over the last few weeks about December in Ghana, buying land in Ghana, renting in Ghana. And so we're just going to keep with that same theme this week to give you guys more information, since many of you guys are coming in December of this year. I talked to a bunch of people who are coming in December. And so I know that you guys are going to be thinking about this kind of stuff. And I want to make sure that we have some folks here that can help you figure that out. Okay, cool. So we got, okay, so yes, bot says you can hear us. Great. All right, cool. So I will do some quick housekeeping. For those of you who are not familiar with who I am, my name, again, is Joannis or Joe Hatagwa. I'm a Sierra Leonean American. That means I have dual citizenship in Sierra Leone and the US. I do live currently in Ghana. I've been traveling a lot lately. I'm in New York at the moment. Last week I was in LA doing my live. I will be in Sierra Leone in 2 weeks. So the week after next Monday, I'll be in Sierra Leone. And basically what I do with this channel is I let people know what the journey has been like for me being culturally American, growing up in the US, moving to Ghana and building a house in Sierra Leone. You know, I take you through my weekly activities, whatever I'm doing for work or what I'm doing with my business or my building. And you guys get a chance to see what it's like to move. And so I also like to talk to other people about their experiences moving to the continent, because everyone's different and everyone's experience is different. And in this case, we have a special guest. So without further ado, I'll bring on Aleta Yashala, who can speak to her experience. Hey, Aleta, how are you doing?
Hey, I'm good. How are you?
Good. I'm glad we were able to do this. I think you know, when you reached out to me, I thought your story was interesting. And I liked your approach. It's very much like how I approached other people to interview me. So I was like, yeah, I'm digging this approach. And I like that you said that you helped 20 people buy land in Ghana. That I thought was really, really interesting. So I wanted to get you on as soon as possible so that you could tell your story to the group. But before we get into all of that, can you give us a little bit about yourself? And I know you also have a YouTube channel. So can you do a little bit of an introduction of who you are, what your YouTube channel is about? And then I know you have a couple of businesses that you run in Ghana as well, as we can see in the back. So if you could do a little bit of an intro first before we start getting into the questions.
Yes. Can you hear me okay?
Loud and clear. There's a little bit of a lag between your voice and the audio and video, but we can hear you loud and clear. Go for it.
Okay, yeah, same with you. You keep pausing a little bit, but I hear you. So I'm Aleta Yasha'Allah, but as of today, I'm changing my name and I am Aleta Israel. And basically, I moved to Ghana about 2 years ago from Detroit, Michigan, although I'm from Chicago. So since being here, I've acquired residency. I've gotten a P.O. box, a bank account, a Momo, which is mobile money, which is kind of a big thing here. I'm working on citizenship, so prayers up for that because I'll actually know that decision in a couple of weeks. Yeah, I started a few businesses, Motherland Essentials, where I make all natural products, Ghana Consultations, where I help the Diasporans come home and purchase land and build their dream home, and then Serenity, which is a t-shirt company where I sell t-shirts in retail or wholesale. So that's pretty much it. I'm out here by myself and I'm trying to get my family to come home.
Nice. That is awesome. And there's a lot there. So we're gonna talk a little bit about all of that. Because I thought that's all great. And so really quickly, before we get started, for those who are joining now, because some people don't always make it to the very end, where can they find all of this stuff? You're on social, right? So Motherland Essentials, Serenity, and Ghana Consultations all have Instagram pages, right? If I'm not mistaken.
Yes, yep. So Ghana Consultations is at Ghana_consultations with an S on the end, plural. And Motherland Essential is at its Motherland Essentials. And then Serenity is Serenity, but it's spelled like a t-shirt, so T-E-E on the end. So yeah, those are Instagram. I'm working on the website, so pray for that too, because there's always something new coming up why I can't launch yet. So I'm just hoping to finally get it all organized by the new year and be able to like launch my websites.
Nice, nice. Well, that's awesome. I mean, you sound like me. Many businesses, wear many hats. I'm all too familiar with that life. So yeah, so you know, what made you decide to move to Ghana, right? So you moved to Ghana a little over 2 years ago, right? What was the impetus for that decision?
I just wanted sustainable living. I always get asked this question. Everybody's like, why do you want to go to Ghana? Because I wanted to be sustainably off of the grid. And initially Ghana was offering land. And so I thought like, you know, I just got to get myself there. I can get free land. Then I got here, ain't no free land. But it is affordable land. And so I was able to acquire 3 plots of land, and I'll be buying another acre of land next month. But basically I wanted to be off the grid. I didn't want to overhead. I didn't want loans. I didn't want to be in debt. I didn't want a mortgage. I didn't want to pay property taxes. And so it's kind of like this light bulb came off that was like, you know, I've been to Ghana 17 years ago, so I knew that I was going to feel good here. It's just kind of like this welcome home that's like inside. Like I spiritually felt like I was being welcome home. And so I finally said, okay, well, Ghana was the only thing I'm familiar with. So I'm going to go there and, you know, give me some free land. I didn't know anybody. I didn't have any connections, anything like that. About a week before leaving, I finally found one connection that was able to like house me for 3 weeks and help me with land, although that didn't end up working out. I ended up going a totally different way. But yeah, just to boil down the actual question, it was just basically about ownership. I wanted to own myself. It's illegal to drill a borehole in America in most states. It's illegal to collect rainwater. And so I wanted to be places where I didn't have to worry about somebody tapping me on my shoulder and finding me for every little thing. And so Ghana was my choice.
I love it. I love it. And so we got a couple people just, you know, Tierra Hines saying fire. She loves this. Or they love it.
Hi.
Dan Diablo's in the building. What's up, Dan? Okay, cool. So, I mean, great answer. I love that. The being off the grid and like kind of being self-sufficient. I love that. And then, yeah, that's true. The borehole thing. It's definitely something you can do in West Africa and not necessarily something you can do in the U.S.
Exactly.
Okay, so
and it's something I have done. I've drilled my borehole. I officially have my own water supply right now, so I'm excited about that.
Off the grid and self-sufficient. I love it. So on that note, right? So you obviously mentioned that you have like 3 plots of land now. What part of Ghana is the land? Like, where is the land located?
So it's the central region. It's right outside of Cape Coast. It's about 3 hours from Accra, which is the capital of Ghana. And then it's about an hour and a half from Takoradi, which is another major city. And then it's about 45 minutes from the nearest body of water. So the nearest beach or ocean front.
Nice. And I'm hearing a lot of Americans are buying land in the central region. What made you select the central region? Was it because you had been talking to other people, or like, how did you get to that decision?
Well, actually, the one person that was supposed to help me get land, that was the area he was in. So that's kind of like started me setting myself up in that area. Once I started setting myself up, I started meeting different people and meeting other diaspora community. And then I was introduced to the Pan-African village, which is in the Cebu. And so that was introduced to me by Rabbi Kohain Represent Aleta. And it's pretty much just started from there. I got 1 plot within the Pan-African village, but then it was 2 plots surrounding me. And I wanted the coconut trees. So I said, who do this belong to? And they're like, oh, no, that's the Pan-African. That's not the Pan-African village. That's someone else. And so I was like, well, we need to find out someone else because that's my land. And so I found the chief that owns this land, and actually ended up being a royal family, Chief Benin. And I arranged, you know, to buy that land from him, and he obliged, and it's registered and it's all in my name. So yeah, I got 1 plot inside of the Pan-African village, and then the 2 plots that's surrounding it as well. And then my uncle got the 2 plots on the other side. So we're looking at about 5 plots that I'm developing within my family.
Nice. I love that. And the other part that you said earlier about bringing your family home, I love that too. And getting them to make that move. So, I mean, you've done a lot in a little bit of time, right? It's been 2 years and you already have a number of different plots of land, and you have family buying plots of land. How difficult was it for you to get that process started? Like did you find a lawyer? How did you get the information you needed to figure out how to buy the land and to go through this whole process to get the land secured?
That's a very good question. I am very fortunate. I mean, favor is not fair. You hear me? Okay, so I say all that to say, Rabbi Kohain Represent is like the most popular, well-respected diaspora in Ghana, okay? And so he's been here for almost 30 years. I'm saying that to say, in that 30 years, he made all the mistakes for me. So being up under his leadership, he was able to teach me how an indenture should look, how, you know, what I should be looking for when it comes to lands commission, what kind of questions that I should be asking to making sure I have complete clarity. And so it's just kind of like having someone, like, basically what I'm doing for my people, I feel like Rabbi Kohain did it for me. And so because he's my leader, my elder, my spiritual guider, I was able to kind of pick his brain on all the questions I needed. He actually personally took my hand and walked me through, you know, how things are supposed to get done. And so that's pretty much how I started learning it. And then as I got into the field, because I've since then branched off from the Pan-African village. So I don't only sell for the Pan-African village. I sell for now Chief Benin, which is where I got my other 2 plots. And I also have riverfront land that I'm negotiating as far as the indentures. I want my the people who selling me land, I want them to give me that 99-year leasehold. But, you know, Ghana offers the 50 to 55-year leasehold. That's kind of law. But at their discretion, they're able to give you that 99. You just have to have that rapport with them. And so I haven't finalized the riverfront land, but that's coming on too. And so since then, I've gotten on the ground and kind of did my own legwork. And then from there, I started making my own type of mistakes and started learning different things on my own. But then again, I could just call Rabbi, hey, have you ever heard anything like this or whatever? And so I'm very fortunate to have a great team of leaders that are guiding me. And again, I have favor from the Most High. So a lot of the stuff he just kind of make a line for me. So I don't have to like really worry about it.
Nice. I love it. So if you're just joining us, guys, we are talking to Aleta Israel, and she's explaining to us her process for buying property and her move from Detroit by way of Chicago earlier to Cape Coast, right? So if you're watching on Instagram, there is a pinned link in that's there. You can click to watch this video live on YouTube. There's a couple of quick comments and questions before we get on to our next couple of questions. So Magic D.N.A says, yes, Queen.
Hi, I see you, girl.
I'm not gonna do it how it's written, but you got it. And then I don't know how to pronounce this, and I don't want to mess it up.
What did she say?
Is it what? Yeah. But
You're
they say
breaking up. I can't hear you.
Oh, okay. So I think it's just the connection. Can you guys hear me? Give me a thumbs up if you guys can hear me. I think it might just be the Ghana internet connection.
I couldn't hear you. What did you just say?
No, I'm saying I think it might be the internet connection in Ghana might be the challenge right now.
Okay, so what was the first comment? I hear you now.
Okay, no, I was saying Magic D.N.A. Magic D.N.A. was saying yes, but I think you saw that, right?
No, you gotta say it how she said. She ain't say yes. She said yes, Queen.
There you go. You got it. I'll leave that to you. I'll leave that one to you. But you got it. That's exactly what she said.
Yes, I see it.
And then yeah, is it Kyeremeh? Kyeremeh says hello from Ghana. Hello, family from Ghana. Love you so much from Ghana. I think this is somebody who's a subscriber of yours. Not as familiar. Love you so much from Ghana. DayRon Williams says their website for this information. Do you have this? You said you have you have at Ghana consultations, right? Ghana_consultations on Instagram right now. The site's coming.
Yes, please. The site is coming. And yes, if you go to Ghana_consultations plural, make consultations plural and DM me and I'll personally respond back to you.
There you go. And Kwame's here. Says, what's up, Kwame? What's going on? I like how you abbreviate everything. And you guys could hear me. Okay, cool. So you know, sometimes we know how it is with the Ghana internet. You know, I got MTN, I got Surfline, I got Vodafone. So when I'm in Ghana and I go live, I know what it's like for it to cut out, kind of in and out. So no worries, we're used to it. And you guys who are subscribers know how it goes. You know how it goes when we're in Ghana. Sometimes the internet goes in and out, but it's all good. Cool. So I mean, this is all really good information. I think this is probably leads directly to, you know, the Ghana consultations, right? So obviously, as you mentioned, you have a rabbi who you've learned from, and now you're taking that information and sharing that with other people. And like you said, you help 20 people buy land in Ghana, which is huge. So can you talk a little bit about how that business came about, the Ghana consultations business, and how do you help people? Like, what does that process look like from a high level? Obviously, they can go to you, and if they want to buy land, they can go to you directly. But if you want to speak about it just a little bit, so we can get a bit of an understanding of how it works.
So to answer the first question, how did I come into it? Basically, the Pan-African village was already selling land when I got here. And so when I got to meet the diaspora community that I'm a part of now, Rabbi learned my personality and was saying, like, you know, you would do great with helping the diaspora come home because you have a good personality and people like talking to you, people like dealing with you and things like that. And so I initially just started based off of that recommendation. But what I learned is that a lot of people was wasting my time. It was people I was talking to for hours about land and they never would get it. I would talk to them about, you know, the process and they would never send the money and they would say they would. And so I went back to Rabbi and I said, I mean, I think this is a good idea, but I don't like wasting my time. And so people are just talking my ear off. They love what I'm doing in Ghana. They're so inspired. They have 1,000 questions, but they're not getting land. And he said, you got to weed out the real from the fake. And I said, well, how do I do that? And he said, put a small token on it. And so I said, what does that mean? And he said, start doing a consultation and charge them $50. So anybody who has $50 to do a consultation, they're serious because they probably got some more money to put into a land. Anybody who's not serious, they're going to see your $50 and have an attitude about it, or they're just not going to deal with you altogether because they don't want to pay the $50. And when I tell you it worked like magic, oh my goodness, it started being like only people would contact me that was ready to move forward or either had the brain and the mindset that they were buying land, they just wasn't ready yet. And that's fine with me. It's on your own pace, on your own dime. So that's how the business started. It was just consultations. It was then it ended up being the main part of the process, because now I start vetting people. I start to, see if this is someone I want to work with, because it's a long journey. And so first, anybody that will give me $50, I will help them buy land. They have to be of African descent, though. I won't help other nations. But anyway, so as long as you was of African descent, I would help you get land. And that started weeding out who was serious from who wasn't serious. Then it turned into like a whole company, because I realized they needed me further than just getting their land. Some of them wasn't ready to be here yet. Some of them, wanted to start preparing themselves to come go this way. So now I said, okay, well, this is a company where I can actually help you build your home and things like that. And it turned into like a construction company after the consultation company. So Ghana consultation is very important, because the consultation is the first step. I will not see you if you don't do a consultation. And I also want to go on record saying at this stage in the company, which is almost a year and a half now, I won't deal with attitudes. My shalom is more important than your freedom. And I said that to say, because a lot of people get on these consultations and they're fine. But as the process started going on, people start to be like, I thought you said the paperwork was going to be done in this time. Mind you, in the consultation, I prep you about everything. I warn you. I literally let you know how Ghana operates. I let you know the difference between American and the American system and the Ghana system. And so you are very much so prepped. But there's some people that are not healed, and they think I work for them versus working with them. I work for myself. I work for my family. I don't work for you. And so I want to make that clear, because I get a lot of people that do the consultations, but they're fine on the consultation, but then they have an attitude later. And so basically in the consultations, I started vetting you. I started testing your spirit, see how patient you are, and seeing if there's somebody that I want to work, because this is a long process. I don't want all the money. Like, I want people who are healed and who are understanding and who are patient and who are respectful to me in my company. And so, yeah, that's pretty much how it got started. And basically how it works is we do the consultation. I let you know, I go through a system called PPL. That's price, process, and land development. That is going to be the entire consultation. If you have questions within those, you can ask me that. So after we get through PPL, price, process, land development, then we're gonna figure out how to get your money to me, because it's a number of ways we can do that. Once I get the money, I deposit it into the chief's account, or I take it to the chief directly in his hand. I sit in his living room and I put it right in his hand, because I don't deal with any third parties. Once the chief get the money, he writes me a receipt. That's one receipt I send to you. And then I write a receipt from my company. Then Joe, which is my project manager, he also gets paid because he finds the land for me. He writes you a receipt. So you can see where every single dollar goes. Then I create a ledger for you. This is a ledger where I start to write every single expense, and it has your name on it. So I start to file you as my client. And I put all your paperwork in here. Every time you send me $1, I write that down so you know exactly how much you're spending. And then from there, we move at your pace. If you have $1,000 this week, we can maybe get you, 200, 300 bricks made. We can maybe get your fence started. We can go start buying your cement. It's all at your pace. If you don't have more money for another 2 months, that's fine. If you have money every week to send, it's on your pace, it's on your dollar. But you're gonna pay the company 30% of every project that I oversee for you. So for example, if you want me to clear one plot of land for you, it's normally about 1,500 CDs. You're gonna also pay my company 30% of that 1,500, which is 450 CDs. So you're gonna pay close to $2,000 to clear your plot of land. Everything is affordable, and you will never give me a super lump sum of money, because I'm not that far advanced with it. I only can take you step by step. So a lot of my clients really like that. So that's pretty much how it works. It's very easy. We just have to stay on the same page, and we have to continuously respect each other, because I will drop you as a client.
It's a good thing about being self-employed. You could fire your clients.
Yeah, because I can show you where your land is and say, here's your pillars, here's your demarkings, here's your property lines, and I can be done with it. I've done my part. My part is really only to get you your paperwork. After that, if I don't feel like reviving, I don't have to work with you. I can make you go through all of what I have to go through. I have to figure out who do the bulldozer, who clear the land, who gets the borehole, where are the workers at, how much they have to pay. And then you have to go through vetting them because you want a good team of people that's on time and things like that. And so I'm going to make you go through the steps that I already paid for you. If we don't vibe, I'll make you figure it out on your own.
All right, there it is. So again, if you're just joining us, this is Aleta Israel, and she's talking us through how she helps people buy land in Ghana. So we're talking about Cape Coast at this point. And there's a number of different steps she just described, very detailed, talking through the process of getting receipts and, of course, creating a ledger and her no-nonsense approach to dealing with clients. All right. Now, so we have Rabbi who just joined, Represent Aleta. You are a good testimony of possibilities in Africa, specifically Ghana.
Hallelujah. Thank you, Rabbi.
Then we said good vibes. Tierra says, me and my twin sister have been carpenters for 15 years. We are hoping y'all bless us to make the move to Ghana. Got it. Hopefully. You're doing well in Ghana. All compliments here. Saying thank you. PK the Finesser. PK the Finesser. Okay, I don't know.
Right.
Aleta is a great woman / inspiration for the diaspora coming home. Much love from the Blairs and all your
that's
help.
my client. Hi.
Okay, so you know the Blairs. Okay, cool. So they're a client of yours. Facts. I think this was based on what I mentioned as the no-nonsense approach. And again, by the way, if you're watching on Instagram Live, you can just click on the pinned link in the description and you can join us on the YouTube Live so you can see our guest Aleta live and in color. Let's see. Kwame said, wow, I got to put a user in timeout because there's all kinds of spam in the comments. And just for clarity, there was a clarity on this because I think that I wanted to get some clarity on this as well. You were mentioning it was basically 2,000 CDs or $2,000 to bulldoze and clear the land, like as the example, because I think you went from dollars to CDs or the other way around. So
I'm sorry, it should be CDs.
2,000 CDs. Got it. There it is. So it was.
Yeah, that's an example, and that's one plot.
Okay, there you go.
So it depends on whatever the price is that I'm quoted. Then you will give my company 30% of that to project manage anything for you.
And on that note, is it in dollars or are you charging in CDs for the services? Or are they charging in CDs for the services?
They're charging in CDs, but I'm telling them in dollars. So when they give me a quote and I do the percentage, then I go and see what the conversion is or the conversion rate. And then I tell my client the dollar amount equivalent to that CD.
Cool.
Yeah. Which
I think benefits most people who are operating in dollars anyway, because the dollar right now is stronger than the CD. So things are probably working in your favor. Okay. So Tierra Hines says fire. Also says time is money.
Period.
Today is the day of all the bots, though. I'm just blocking all kinds of bots as we go through. Okay. So DayRon Williams says, what amount of money would you recommend a potential client have before coming to you?
That's hard to answer because you are thinking as like an American mindset, but here it's literally at your own pace. So if you have $1,000, I can get something done for you. I can clear the land. I can put your pillars in place. We can start making bricks for you. And so I don't know how to recommend an amount of money. It's really dependent on you. I mean, I can do a lot with a little. Let's just say that.
Got it. Okay. And then there was another question or a comment. Monica Brown says, awesomeness Aleta, Okay, so you know Monica. I'm living witness to Aleta's progress that she's doing. Congratulations to you. Love.
Thank you.
And I accidentally blocked someone that I did not want to block because the bots were coming in like crazy. Oh man, I'm sorry. Sorry. The bots were coming in and I clicked the wrong thing and your name popped up and I blocked you. I'm sorry. I'll have to undo that afterwards. I don't know how to unblock you right now. I'm so sorry. I really am sorry. That's never happened before, but today is a bot day. All the bots came today. Navigate Freely says enough to buy land to answer that original question.
Well, one plot is $1,500 US. So 4 plots equal an acre of land. So if you want an acre of land, it's like $6,000 through my company. You can go other places and find it cheaper. You can go to other places and find it for more. But when you go through me, that 30% is added. My company is paid and my project manager is paid. Your pillars are set. Your paperwork is included. So that $1,500 covers a lot, and that's dollars.
$1,500 per plot. Yeah. Makes a lot of sense. Okay, cool. Monica Brown says check out her progress on her YouTube. Yeah, so this is a good point to mention that too. So obviously the channel again. What is the YouTube channel? Can you remind us?
Aleta Israel.
Yes. So if you are one of my subscribers, you after this video is over, after this live is over, head over to Aleta's YouTube channel and subscribe to her so you can follow her process. And then of course, if you're one of Aleta's subscribers, you can head over to Authentic African to subscribe to mine as well. We are streaming simultaneously on both channels.
Yes.
Blue Magic Be Mine is asking where's the land. They're just joining the live stream. So it's in the central region near Cape Coast. Anything else you want to give in terms of the details about where it is, Aleta?
It's in the central region of Cape Coast. The area is called Asebu. It's about 3 hours from Accra, which is the capital of Ghana, about 1.5 hours from Takoradi, another major city, and about 45 to 50 minutes from the nearest body of water or oceanfront or beachfront, whatever have you. So, and then it's markets as far as the food, because somebody that asked me this question in another comment, was it like food and markets around? And so, yeah, about 10 to 15 minutes outside of this area is a market for food, but you don't have to worry about that because this is an up and coming community. And so you're going to have food around you. Our people are building restaurants. They're building their own grocery stores and things like that. So in the next 5 to 10 years, this is going to be a story worth talking about, how a group of Diaspora came home and built an actual community. So we're going to have everything we need within this community very soon.
Boom. There you go. And by the way, Blue Magic Be Mine's asking if there's a Starbucks. Okay. So
yeah, I mean
by the way, Blue Magic Be Mine, Harry Cotton and Mykia, sorry. You guys can watch this live on YouTube. You can just click the link that's pinned there and join the YouTube live as well. But the folks from Harry Cotton, Mykia and Henry say that they know Aleta as well. I don't know if you're familiar with the folks from Harry Cotton.
I can't see the comment. Who was it?
Yeah, that was on Instagram. It's Harry Cotton, the clothing brand, and Mykia, his fiance, Henry and Mykia. They own Harry Cotton, the clothing brand. They work with Stoneboy and a few other folks in Accra, but they're familiar with you. They said they didn't know you. So
okay, that's what's up. Y'all need to hook me up with Stoneboy so that I can interview him. I heard he don't talk to people unless you got like 100,000 or something on you.
You heard that, Mykia? I'm getting in line. I think we all want to interview Stoneboy.
Yeah, I'm just saying you got to put it out there though. He gonna come to me. Watch.
There you go. Closed mouths do not get fed. Blue Magic Be Mine, just click on the link in the description. Click on the pin link and all of that information is in the description. All her contact information and everything will be there. All right, it's Toshi said, I'm so excited to be coming back home to my motherland, Ghana. Here I come.
Yes, Hanti.
Monica Brown says, hey love, Motherland Essentials. You got some customers, I see.
Thank you, Monica.
Tierra Hines says, I love how organized you are.
Thank you, Tierra. Oh, I know her. Hey, girl.
So, you know, I want to ask
to look at the name again.
Yeah. I want to ask another question about this. So you mentioned that you're building in a cebu, right? And this is a conversation that we've had a couple times on this channel about what we were told is free land. I mean, I was told the land is free, but you have to pay the government fees or whatever to get the land in a cebu. That's what we were told previously. It sounds like that is different from what you understand the case to be. So can you help clear that up for us, Aleta? Is there
there's no free land. They need to stop saying free, because when you tell a lot of people free, they really think you mean free. There's no free land. So it's affordable land. It's at prices you never gonna see nowhere else, but it's not free. You have admin fees, you have people doing the groundwork, you have paperwork. It's not free. What they mean is affordable. And so the price I quoted you, you know, is very, very affordable. All of us can do that. I even do payment plans. I have people doing $500, 3 payments of $500. So I don't know what else to say. It's not free. They need to stop saying that. It's not free.
Got it. So the land itself is not free because I know you have to pay for administrative fees and things to get set up, but like, so nothing is free. Like even if you wanted to just grab the land, that's not free. Like the land itself, you have to pay for that too.
Yeah, because the chief get paid. So if the chief don't put nothing in his pocket, then it's free. The chief put something in his pocket, or the king, he putting something in his pocket. So it's not free. Everybody getting paid. I'm putting something in my pocket. Joe putting something in his pocket. Everybody getting paid. It's free nowhere. It's just affordable. It's doable. It's feasible. These are the words we should be using. I don't know who started the free word.
Articles. There was articles written about it. People even did YouTube.
I know that's bogus, because they collected $1 billion telling us to come home and offering us free land. Don't give us free land. And then they even fighting me for citizenship. It's like, why you just won't give me citizenship? I'm building Africa. Like, but they told us they will give us citizenship. So a lot of it is politics. A lot of it is just bad marketing, and you know, but it's not free.
Got it. Well, there you go. That now we know.
There you go. I'm gonna tell you like it is. I'm rich. I don't need to scam anybody for money. Like, I have the Most High on my side. So I'm gonna tell you and be as clear as possible so that we don't have to like go through these type of things later. Like, I'm gonna tell you exactly what it is in the beginning. And so, you know, it's affordable, but it's not free.
There you go. And then Blue Magic Be Mine is asking, how do you spell, I guess, Asebu? A-S-E-B-U, right? Is that how you spell Asebu?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
yes,
Asebu, A-S-E-B-U, that's the area. But again, all of this will be in the description. I'm gonna add some of that because I didn't put that in the description before. So I'll put the where the land is and Asebu and all of that. Okay, so Tierra Hines is saying, I've heard some horror stories about some of the companies out there. I think this has to do with like the construction companies. And I think what you had mentioned earlier, Aleta, about helping people navigate the terrain and making sure that, you know, you're working with companies that are reputable and not having to do that yourself. That's basically what you help people do, right? Not deal with the horror stories.
Yes, yes. And that's why you want to keep a good rapport with my company, and why I want to keep a good rapport with you, so that we can work for long term. And I made all the mistakes for them, and still making them. And so you don't have to go through that. I've heard a lot of horror stories too. That's just not my story. So our praises. Yeah.
I mean, you learn from other people's mistakes, and it's worked out beautifully. It's great to hear. Navigate Freely says it's common law versus customary law. I'm guessing this is going back to the conversation about the chief giving land. I'm not sure where this is coming from.
I think you're right. That's what came to mind when I read it.
Okay, cool. Magic D.N.A says love it. That I can say. Okay, so Kwame is asking what your YouTube channel is. It is your name?
Aleta Israel.
Right there. It's right there on the screen. Yeah. So if you're looking for how to spell it, just search Aleta Israel, and you'll find her page. Okay, cool. Okay, there's a good question. Tierra Hines is asking, are there any yearly fees?
There's not yearly fees like money, but from my understanding with the chief I'm working with now, Nana Benyin, yearly they expect you to participate in something that they're doing. So if they're having a festival, they expect you to come because essentially they're offering you a piece of their family. So when they give you a plot of land, I have to buy schnapps for them, and they do a whole ceremony where they thank the ancestor. Then they essentially offer each client an opportunity to be a part of their royal family. So if they decide as a collective they want to clear the road or they want to build a library, then they expect to be able to go to the different people that they've given a piece of their family and have you participate in that however that looks for you. And so no, there's not a yearly fee like you need to pay somebody some money every year, but it's an obligation to say, you know, I am a part of this family and I will contribute.
I really like that, actually.
Me too. I thought that was cool. Even when they really welcomed me into their family and I sat down with the elders and things like that, you know, it was a real sense of like a real welcome, not like this this campaign of everybody come home, we're going to do all of this. Like, no, it was a very like intimate welcome. Like, we're offering you a piece of something that's been in our family for generations after generations, and we're giving you a piece of it. And so, yeah, I thought that was pretty dope too.
Nice. Okay, cool. So we talked a little bit about your business and how it works. And you did mention that you kind of accelerated your learning process by having your rabbi. But are there any challenging moments that you can remember that you could call out for those who might not be aware of some of the challenges you might see making the move or buying land or building in Ghana?
One of the challenges was I explained this to my clients in the consultation too. I cannot control how slow the Ghanaians can move sometimes. And so they'll tell me the paperwork will be done in 3 to 6 weeks. Sometimes it's 3 to 6 months. It really can get ridiculous. And so I try to explain that or convey that as best as I can, because at that point it's out of my control. So that's something I'm even still now dealing with. I'm waiting on a few indentures and things like that. And so that can be challenging because I'm selling my character here, and we're trying to get a group of people who's already afraid of Africa to trust me with their dream home, trust me with their money, trust me with their, their paperwork. And so when I have to keep going back, hey, it's not ready, it kind of like start to mess with that trust a little bit. So that was one of the challenges. Another challenge was, like I told you, I had to vet my construction workers. And so you have some that don't show up or some that show up late. Some of them show up, they plan and things like that. And so you have to like weed them out, bring this one in, bring that one in. That can be a process, but I finally feel like I have a really good team now.
Okay.
I think the biggest thing is just the delay that can happen. I don't have a lot of challenges. You have to also realize is that I don't look at my challenges as challenges. Like, I look at the solution for it, which I was also recently taught, but I don't look at things and be like, oh, this is like horrible. Like, I look at how I can fix it and not have it happen again. And so when a lot of people hear my story, I see some of the comments from prior videos like, oh, she tried to act like everything is perfect in Ghana and everything is just great. Like, no, I have a lot of challenges that I choose to spare you of. Like, for example, when I buy the land from the chief, I buy snaps for the chief, which is just liquor for him to pour libation to the elders. But what I don't tell my clients is that I also give him a 200 CD sign-in bonus. because the paperwork goes to going through the proper channels, but then they have to go back to the chief where I signed, the witness signed, and he signed as well. And him and the elders is looking like, I'm not picking up that pen till you give me my money. Like, and I'm thinking, I already paid you for the land. Like, take it out of that. But it's just culture. It's just the way of doing things. You know, this is the way the elders kind of get them a little more. And so I don't tell my clients, hey, I need another 200 CDs for the sign-in bonus. I need another 35 CDs for the snaps I gotta buy every time I bring a new client. Like, no, those are things I just cover, and I just kind of take care of it for you. Like, you know, it's a lot of things like that. For example, the workers. This is not America where if I hire you, you know you gotta come with a lunch. You gotta bring your own water. Like you come with the equipment that I hired you for. Here, I have to buy tools and shovels and axe and barrels, and I even have to buy boots and rain boots for some of them, but not to mention, I also buy them food. I also bring water to the site for them to make sure they're good. This is another thing. I'm not going to be like, hey guys, I bought all my workers eggs and bofro today. Like, you know, can you chip in? Like, it's just something I let my company handle. So it is more challenges. It's just that I choose to find a solution in it so that I can keep your peace. I like literally go through everything for you guys until y'all make me mad, and then I drop y'all as a client because I'm doing too much for y'all to be stressing me. And so that's just some of the stuff that I am doing that I'm not telling my clients I'm doing. It's just if they need new boots, I'm just gonna go buy them new boots. Like, no matter who land they're working on, you know, it could be yours or mine, whatever. So those are some of the challenges, but I just look at my challenges as ways to be better. Like, I'm gonna have a great company one day. So
boom, there it is. The Ambitious Queen on Instagram says, VA Beach in the house. What's up? I'll be in DC next weekend, so I'll be near you. Also, Kwame is saying, sister, it's a part of the process, all the challenges with times. Yes, Ganaman time, GMT is what we're familiar with. So yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Leah, I'm that girl, said, I appreciate her transparency and working with my land needs. Thank you, Aleta.
Who is this?
Leah, I'm that.
Oh, hey. Yeah, thank you. I got some good clients too. Like, I have a few that I've had to drop 3 people, but for the most part, I got some really good clients. Like, they believe in me. You know, forget what's happening with Ghana, forget how Africa operates, forget, you know, that Western mentality. They believe in Aleta. And so I get a pass on a lot of stuff because they like, well, I know you stand up, so I ain't gonna even trip on you right now. Like, and I appreciate that. She's one of them.
There you go. And to dovetails directly into the next one about Western mindset. So Monica Brown says, talk about how you have to stop thinking with the Western mindset. It does not happen as quickly as you think. You are moving to a country that has a cultural perspective that is in place. So yeah, is there anything you want to comment on there?
That she pretty much said it. You have to detox from the Midwest mentality. Like, you have to lose your ego. You have to literally have a made up mind that this is where you're going to be, because whatever challenges do come your way, because your mind is made up, it's not going to hinder you. It's not going to send you back home because this is where you want to be. And then also, like I said in prior videos, you want to come here and take a couple months to detox, to relax, to just kind of center yourself, like appreciate where you have been brought, what you have been brought out of her. Or brought out. I'm thinking of a scripture that say, come out of her, my people, but it kind of came out in the same thing I was talking about. But you have to appreciate what you have came out of. A lot of people come here and they jump head first into, you know, buying clothes and getting things made and partying and just wanting to be seen and showing their view off and all this stuff, when you really just need to be quiet, sit still, and figure out what I'm about to do here. A lot of people that went back home is because they ran out of money. Like, you run out of money because you are not, you know, managing your money properly. You run out of money because you wasn't realistic with yourself. You didn't sit here and say, I gave myself a 1 year, a 5 year, 10-year plan. And even if I didn't give myself all of that, I still wasn't going nowhere. So I had to figure out some way to make it work for me. But yeah, you have to change the Western mindset. Like, things are slower here. You know, the infrastructure is not the same. Their order or their organization is not the same. And it's no shade or nothing to Africa, but you have to adjust. And it's hard to adjust when you're constantly comparing and contrasting it to America. It's not America. And then the last thing I want to say is, you got to self-evaluate. You got to check yourself. Some Americans come here and want to beat on their chest. They want to be like, I'm the boss now. I got cleaners, I got cooks, I got a private driver. These are all opportunities afforded to us because of the culture that's here. And so instead of us embracing that and being grateful for that and pulling those people up to where the level we know, we try to like stand over them and talk down to them. And, you know, it's just kind of crazy. And so to me, that's an unhealed person. That's an undetoxed mind. And so, you know, she's absolutely right. You have to come here and lose the Western mentality. Don't come here and be what the white people was to us in America. Now you want to be that to the Ghanaian here. Like, it's just annoying. It really is. And I would drop people for that too. I've had clients that mistreated my workers or talk crazy to the Ghanaian, and I'm not going to deal with that. Like, you can keep your money.
Boom. On that note, any other advice you could give, or does that cover it? Like, do you have any advice that you would want to give to folks planning to buy, move, all the above?
The advice will be, if you have on your heart or in your mind that this is where you're supposed to be, then just do it. The Most High will start to align everything that you need when you do your part. And so I'm not talking to everybody because I don't do persuading. I don't want to persuade anyone to move to Ghana. I want to inspire you. And so people that know it's for you, that's who I'm talking to. Just do it. You don't ever think you need to save a certain amount of money. You need to have a certain amount of plan. Like, you just have to know that it's for you. And then because that mind is made up, things is just going to start aligning for you. And to be honest, being in America, nothing is ever going to be perfect. In your mind, you're going to say, I'm going to save $50,000. And then they're going to garnish your check and take out $15,000. Then this, like, it's things that's going to keep happening because that's the trap of America. It's going to keep you in that rat race. And so you just need to say, I'm out. Like, period. I'll figure it out later. You know, one of the things I will say is that I wish I would have kept an American number, and I wish I would have kept an American bank account. When I came here, my mind was so made up that I gave up everything. I closed every account. I sold everything I own. I closed every number. And now sometimes when I'm doing business, they ask for that American number, some of the apps I want to use. Yep. Sometimes having a bank account there would kind of like alleviate just a small amount of my stress when it comes to getting money. So those are some of the things I wish I would have did. And then by all means, if you have a job there that you can still do while here and keep that American dollar flowing, I definitely would advise that too. Although I would not make that my complete and utter focus, because that's not what happened with me. I don't have an income from America. I have an income that I built here that happens to give me American dollars, if you understand.
Nice. Yes. So yeah, I mean, you basically said it all. A couple of really quick things. First of all, shout out to Yeneva. Yeneva, what's up? If you guys, and anyone who's watching on Instagram Live, you guys can jump over to the pinned link in the description so you can see our guests. But Yeneva was mentioning, yes, the U.S. keeps you in the rat race. Yeneva moved to Sierra Leone many years back. I think maybe like 17 years back or something like that. So she's one of my Sierra Leone people who I see when I'm
nice
2 weeks. So Phoenix Mars 01 said, it's so sad. I'm glad that she shows her integrity and drops them. All money isn't good money. So yeah,
exactly.
That's what they're saying.
Thank
okay,
you.
Cool. Mykia says, hey, Aleta and Joe, nice work. What's up, Mykia? You're watching on Instagram and on YouTube, on all the devices. I love it. And Magic DNA said, boom, from your earlier statement. All right, cool. We went through that really fast. There weren't a lot of questions, but okay, so I do actually have a couple more questions for you, really just pertaining to your businesses. We already talked about advice, challenging moments, yeah, everything. Where again can everybody find you online at your different businesses? One more time
for Motherland Essentials, is at its Motherland Essentials at gmail.com. Don't look at this because I gotta update this. But it's Motherland Essentials at gmail.com. And Ghana Consultations is at Ghana_consultations. I'm sorry. Why did I say at gmail.com? Instagram. I'm tired, y'all. I don't know how I'm looking on this camera, but I am so tired, and I have another consultation after this. But I'm pulling through and I'm making it work.
It's 10 p.m. in Ghana, guys. It's 10 p.m. It's been a long day.
Yeah, and it is bedtime. I'm 30 minutes from bedtime. But at it, let's start over. Motherland Essentials is at its Motherland Essentials on Instagram. Yep. Ghana Consultation is at Ghana_consultations on Instagram. And then Serenity is SERENITTEE. And so we'll put it in the description or whatever, but that is my t-shirt company where I sell wholesale or retail. And I can also like cut up the shirts for you too. I don't know if you can see this. But yeah, so yeah, that's the businesses.
Nice. And all of that's in the description as well, but I just wanted her to say it out loud as well. So yeah, so those of you who joined late, again, we had Aleta Israel talking about how she's helping people buy land. Again, she's helped 20 diasporans of African descent. Let's be very clear.
Yes, let's be very clear, Joe.
Buy land in Ghana, Cape Coast, Asebu, Central region. Okay, so
and the goal is 100. So let's go. 75 more people. Where you at? 80 more people. Where you at?
There you go. And DayRon says, you two are inspirational. Thanks for the knowledge. Thanks for joining. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
And Aleta, I want to thank you once again for doing this. This was a very informative live. Somebody just jumped on. Phoenix Mars says your content is so informative. So happy you found it informative.
Thank you.
Judah's Exodus says, I need some land. Well, you know how to find her. And you know what you got to do. So
he know how to find me personally anyway. Like he needs to call me and tell me what's up.
There you go.
And Judah, I can reserve some land for you. I got that favor. You feel me? So you just need to say the word and don't pay nothing, and I can go put some land aside. You just ain't said nothing. This is the owner of Jerk Soul in Accra.
Ah, okay. Nice.
Yeah.
I've heard good things. I haven't been yet. That's on my list of places to go. Hopefully there's some plant-based friendly options so I can go to Jerk Soul.
Yeah, take somebody with you. Don't go alone.
Oh, I never go alone. All right, so thanks again for joining. I really do appreciate it, Aleta. This has been, like I said, really informative. Everyone was really engaged, so I appreciate you once again. And thanks everybody for joining. And that is all for now. We'll see you guys next Monday. Make sure you subscribe to Aleta's channel. Make sure if you're not one of her subscribers, and if you're not one of my subscribers, head over to Authentic African and subscribe to my channel as well. And with that, guys, thanks for watching. We'll see you guys all on the next video.